There may be some good news for taxpayers this year. Changes to the IRS tax brackets could mean larger refunds for many people. The agency has adjusted some of its provisions for inflation, raising its brackets by 7% and pushing standard deductions to more generous levels. The result could mean up to 10% more in your refund than last year. Let's bring in Aimee Picchi. She is the Associate Managing Editor for CBS MoneyWatch. Aimee, can you explain to us how these tax brackets changes work in a practical sense as people put their returns together this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, as you mentioned, the tax brackets rose by about 7% for 2023. And that means IRS basically pushed them up higher to reflect inflation. And some people don't really understand how tax brackets work. So I'll just try to briefly summarize how this works to clear this up. There are 7 tax brackets, and they range from 10%, which is the lowest, up to 37%, which is the highest. Some people think that if their income falls in the highest bracket, whatever, say it's 37%, all of their income, every dollar will be taxed at that rate. But that's actually not the case. Each portion of your income is taxed at the rate in which it falls. So, for instance, everyone who earned at least $11,000 last year will pay a 10% rate on that first $11,000 of income, regardless of how much you earn above that. So I think that kind of helps explain it a little bit more that, if you earn more, it doesn't mean like all of your income is going to be taxed at that higher bracket. And the point is that because the IRS is making those limits higher, they're saying, yeah, if you got a raise, if you got a cost of living adjustment, we want to make sure that you're not affected by bracket creep, which means like your income would be taxed at a higher rate, even if your standard of living isn't increasing. So it's something that's very helpful for taxpayers when it comes to tax time, that you're not going to be walloped by, higher taxes if you didn't necessarily get like a huge raise that year.
Now, are there any groups of taxpayers who may be entitled to bigger refunds this year?
Yeah, so the tax experts I spoke to said there are a couple of groups that might see higher tax refunds this year. And that also, I just want to say historically, that comes after last year when people saw lower refunds because there was the expiration of all those pandemic benefits. So people got, kind of walloped last year by lower refunds and higher inflation. This year might be a little bit different for some groups of people. One is people whose incomes didn't rise at the same 7% rate as the bracket increase. So that means like if you got a 4% cost of living increase last year, the brackets are going up 7%. You could have more income that's not going to be taxed at a higher rate. So you could actually get a slightly bigger refund. The one tax expert I spoke to said some people could see tax refunds of about 10% higher than last year. There are also low-income families that qualify for the earned income tax credit could get a boost because that was adjusted higher. So the maximum is a little over $7,400. That's versus $6,900 the previous year. And then if you upgraded your home, if you put home improvements in like a heat pump or efficient windows, you can get tax credits through the Inflation Reduction Act that are much more generous than what you could get before. So that could help as well.
So who's paying higher taxes? Who's getting hit with those higher taxes?
Yeah, there are always some people who get higher taxes, and that can be for a lot of different reasons. If you got a really good raise last year that's higher than the 7% tax bracket increase, you could get taxed at a higher rate, or some of your income could be taxed at a higher rate. And there could also be just personal changes in your life that could impact your taxes. For instance, if you have a teenager and they age out of the child tax credit, that's $2,000 per child up to age 17, you won't get that. So that's another reason why you could face higher taxes.
Aimee Picchi, thank you.
Thank you for having me on.